Dashu the Crazy. Written by Sukumar Ray. Translated by Sudeshna Shome Ghosh and published by Pratham Books. About the author. Sukumar Ray was born on the 30th of October in 1887 and went on to contribute a great deal of creativity and freshness to the genre of children's literature. He was a celebrated writer and poet from Calcutta who was born to Upendra Kishore Ray, a famous painter, illustrator, musician and a Bengali writer himself, and Bidhumukhi Devi. Sukumar Ray studied the art of photography, lithography and printing technology at the School of Photo Engraving and Lithography in London and became the pioneer of the same in India. His illustrations, writing and unique sketches often found their way in Sandesh, a children's magazine which was launched by his father in 1913. He opened up a refreshing genre of nonsense literature that combined a great sense of humor, absorbing wit, and a sharp ability of observation that fascinated both children and adults alike. Some of the famous and quirky fictional characters he invented include Kumro Patash, Huko Mukho Hangla, Pagla Dashu, Hijibijbij, and so on. Abul Tabul is a popular collection of his rhymes and poems for children, which first appeared in Sandesh but was later published as a book. Sukumar Ray passed away on the 10th of September in 1923, leaving behind his son Satyajit Ray. About the series. Pagla Dashu, a fictional character created by Sukumar Ray, is a free-spirited boy who has adorned Bengali literature with the projections of his whimsical mind and the corresponding manifested pranks. A major riddle to the narrator, he is the protagonist of several of Ray's stories. The stories, being set in and around school, include a majority of the pranks being played on teachers, as they are the favorite adversaries of school children all over the world. Dashu's way with words make it almost impossible for anyone to punish him in a manner more severe than hitting his head or boxing his ears. Pagla Dashu was first published in 1940. About the story. Dashu the Crazy, translated from Pagla Dashu, is a part of the 4-book Pagla Dashu series and revolves around the new student Dashrathi. A story from the classrooms and courtyards of the school. This story introduces us to the beloved character of Dashu and paints quite a picture of him through his physical attributes, his reckless behavior, and habit of pulling pranks. This fun read brilliantly captures the slapstick humor through descriptions and reactions. Everyone knew Dashu the Crazy in our school. Even those who didn't know anyone else had heard of him. Once a new guard started working at the school. He was from some village, a complete villager, didn't know anything. But as soon as he met Dashu, he knew who he was talking to. It was easy to pick Dashu out from a crowd of boys. His appearance, the way he talked, the way he walked, everything showed he was a little bit crazy. His eyes were round, his ears unnaturally large, and he had a head full of unruly curly hair. Seeing his appearance, this came to mind. A stick figure with a huge messy head, looks like a fish from Jessore, has appeared instead. When he spoke 19 to the dozen very fast, or waved his arms about and danced around in excitement, he reminded us of a rather large chingri fish. Chingri, prawn, shrimp. It was not that he was stupid. While doing maths, especially long sums that needed lots of addition and subtraction, he was extremely clever. And sometimes he would come up with so many ways to play pranks on us that we would be astonished at his intelligence. When Dashu, or to tell his actual name Dashrathi, joined our class, that time Jagbandhu was known as the good boy of the class. Though he was very good in his studies, none had seen someone as mean and cowardly as Jagbandhu. One day, Dashu asked Jagbandhu the meaning of an English word. For no reason, Jagbandhu started scolding Dashu. "Do you think I have no other work? Today I have to teach you English. Tomorrow someone will ask me to teach maths." The day after, someone else will come with another demand. This is what I will do all day." Dashu got very mad and shouted back, "You're a mean, nasty person." Promptly, Jagbandhu complained to the Pandit Moshai. "The new boy is saying bad words." He scolded Dashu so much that after that he dared not say anything more. Pandit Moshai, teacher, mentor. Our English teacher was Bishtu Babu. Jagbandhu was his favorite student. While teaching, if he needed to check something in the textbook, he would always ask Jagbandhu to give his book. One day, while teaching, he wanted to see the grammar book. Jagbandhu immediately rushed up to give his book, which was covered with a green-colored paper. Pandit Moshai opened the book and his face became thunderous. He asked, "Whose book is this?" Jagbandhu proudly said, "Mine, sir." So you're studying from a new edition? The whole book has changed." Saying this, he started reading the name of the book. Yashwant the Valiant Policeman, a hair-raising detective novel. Jagbandhu had still not understood what had happened and stared foolishly at Pandit Moshai. Pandit Moshai glared at him fiercely and said, "From where have you learnt all this nonsense behavior?" Jagbandhu tried to stammer an explanation, but Pandit Moshai kept scolding. "Enough! There's no need to behave as if you don't know anything." Jagbandhu's ears turned red with embarrassment and shame. We were quite pleased to see this. Later, we got to know that the whole thing was our dear Dashu's doing. He had replaced the grammar book with a similarly sized book with the exact same green cover. We would always tease Dashu, making fun of his looks and his crazy behavior. But he never showed any annoyance at this. Sometimes he would himself add to the stories, poking fun at his own deeds. One day he said, "Friends, do you know, whenever anyone makes mango candy in our neighborhood, they call me. Do you know why?" We said, "Is it because you can eat a lot of the mango candy?" He shook his head. "No, it's because the candy has to be laid out on the terrace in the sun to dry up first. If I show my face there, the crows in the area get the fright of their lives and fly away cawing in fear. So then my neighbors don't need to guard the candy anymore." Once, he appeared in school wearing loose pants that looked like pajamas and a jacket that looked more like a pillow cover. He looked so weird. Dashu knew he was looking really strange and he thought the whole thing was really funny. When we asked him, "Hey Dashu, what's with those pants?" he replied with a grin, "So I can learn English better." Another time, he shaved his head and tied a bandana on it and came to school. When we laughed seeing this new look, he joined in with the laughter as well. Dashu did not have a musical bone in his body. He could not sing to save his life. Everyone knew this. Yet, when the school inspector came to visit, Dashu decided to entertain him by singing loudly and off-key for him. If any of us had done that, we would have been roundly scolded and punished. But no one said anything to Dashu because everyone knew he was the crazy one. When the vacations were over, Dashu appeared in school carrying a large box. Pandit Moshai asked, "Dashu, what have you brought in that box?" Dashu said, "Sir, all my things." "Things? What things could these be?" We started whispering among ourselves. Dashu had his books, notebooks, pencils, sharpeners. So what did he mean by things? When we asked him, he did not give a proper reply. Instead, he hung on tightly to the box and said, "Don't you dare, none of you touch my box." Then he opened the lock on the box with a key, opened it an inch, peered inside, and nodded solemnly to himself, saying, "That's good." After that, he started mumbling to himself as if doing some calculations. When I went to peek in, the crazy fellow swiftly turned the box away from me and locked it up again. Soon, a huge discussion began among all of us. One person said, "That must be his tiffin box. He has brought food in it." But none of us had ever seen him bring food to school or eat anything. Someone else said, "That must be his money bag. He keeps all his money in that. That is why he keeps it so close to himself." But then somebody else said, "Who needs such a huge box to keep money? Is he planning to start a money lending business in school?" The next day, during recess time, Dashu came to me busily and gave me the key to the box. He said, "Keep this carefully. Mind you, don't lose it. And if I'm late in returning, give it to the guard before you go to the classroom." Saying this, he took his box and kept it in the guard's room. We were so thrilled. Finally, we would solve the mystery of the box. Now, all we had to wait for was for the guard to go out of the room for a while. Soon, the guard picked up his stove, on which he made his lunch, chapatis, and some more vessels, and went to the backyard by the tap. We were waiting for just this to happen. No sooner was the guard round the corner, 5-7 of us entered his room and pulled out the box towards us. I took out the key Dashu gave me and opened the box. There was a mysterious looking bundle of paper tied up with a piece of cloth. We undid the knots and found there was another box of papers inside. On opening that, we found yet another smaller box. And opening that, we found a card. On one side of the card were the words, "Fooled you." On the other side, "Too much curiosity is bad for your health." We stared at each other's faces in surprise. Finally, one boy said, "This fellow has made a nice fool of us." Another said, "Let's tie up the bundle exactly the way it was so that he doesn't know we opened it. That way we will fool him." I said, "Fine. When he comes, make sure to act all innocent and ask him again and again to show us what's inside the box." So we quickly put back everything exactly the way it was and closed the box. As I was about to lock the box, we heard a sound. Ho 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 ho! Startled, we turned around and saw Dashu sitting on the adjoining wall and laughing as if he would burst. That sly fox. He had been spying on us this whole time. Now we understood. Giving me the keys, keeping the box with the guard, pretending to leave the school, all these were just part of his act. He had been lugging that box to school just so he could fool us like this. Now do you understand why everyone calls him the crazy one? This story is read by Geetika Mishra. The story can also be found on storyweaver.org.in. Storyweaver is a digital repository of multilingual stories for children from Pratham Books.